I'm Jack Odie,
And I'm Drew Basille.
and we're here to run through the nominees for Best Picture in the Oscars awards that are going on.
I mean, this is a really good field this year. I mean, I'm definitely excited. We've got The Shape of Water, Get Out, Lady Bird, Call Me By Your Name, Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, Dunkirk, Darkest Hour, The Post, and Phantom Thread. Jack, where do you think this award race is going?
I mean, realistically, I think that Lady Bird should win, but I actually think Get Out will actually end up winning the Best Picture award this year, just because of its phenomenal acting. Storyline was pretty unpredictable, and the general rave reviews for that movie were very promising to win the Best Picture award. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Get Out is a real safe pick. You know, if you had told me a year ago that a movie directed by Jordan Peele from Key and Peele, a horror comedy, would be a frontrunner for Best Picture, I wouldn't have believed you. But I mean, here we are 12 months later. Get Out was a phenomenal movie, great cast, great story, tight writing. I think it's got a real big shot. Personally, I think Shape of Water is going to take it. You know, Shape of Water, they really came out on top from these awards, these nominations. They had 13 nominations, which is a record, honestly. I think it's tied. Guillermo del Toro's been winning Best Director left and right. It's getting a lot of awards, strong storyline. I think that is the safe pick.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal film, to say the least. The storyline was very original. You had some of that elements of sci-fi in that movie as well. But Lady Bird is another film I really want to talk about.
Big upset potential.
Yeah,
What did you think about that one?
I thought Saoirse Ronan was very strong in that movie. I think it was very human in the storyline and the acting. I think the general storyline was great, almost like a coming-of-age story with Saoirse Ronan being this
Absolutely.
outcast teen. And I think it appeals to a lot of different teens in America right now, and I think it's a great film.
I think you hit the nail on the head there. Saoirse Ronan is a 17-year-old growing up in Sacramento trying to find her way through high school. And I'm not a 17-year-old teenage girl, okay? I don't even know any 17-year-old teenage girls, but let me tell you, every single emotion she touched on, like, it resonated with me. Relationship with her family, budding romance, trying to find herself, figuring out where to go to college, you know? I felt like somebody just opened up my head and looked at my concerns as a human teenager. I hope it wins. I think it deserves it.
For sure. Another emotional film, Call Me By Your Name, is also
yeah.
very phenomenally
Yeah, it was
written. The scenery, cinematography was just phenomenal. It's set in Italy, I think.
Yeah.
In the director's hometown. So I think the acting, Timothée Chalamet, was amazing
Absolutely.
in that movie. And I think that's also another dark horse to win the Best Picture award.
I think if Moonlight, which touched on some of the same themes, if that didn't win last year, Call Me By Your Name would be the front runner this year, you know. It's a romance movie, but it kind of transcended those usual cliches, you know. And it really looked at kind of love in the abstract. And I don't know, I thought it was a very powerful movie. I was a big fan. Speaking of very powerful movies, Dunkirk. Dunkirk made waves. What did you think?
Oh, for sure, yeah. Christopher Nolan is a renowned director who's phenomenal at his craft. And I think some of his other movies might be a little bit better than Dunkirk, to be frank. But I think Dunkirk was a very good film. The acting was great. I got a little cameo from Harry Styles in there, which is always a great sign.
Saw that.
And yeah, just overall, I think it could have been better, to be completely honest. And I don't see it coming out with the Best Picture award.
Yeah.
But it was a very good film, and I would definitely recommend seeing it if you haven't seen it again.
I don't know. Dunkirk, it was meh, you know? No characters really, the scenery was cool, but it didn't hit with me.
Yeah, for sure. And then some of the bottom half movies that we don't really think will win.
I mean,
Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, to me was really very underwhelming.
yeah, it won Golden Globe, but I think people are starting to realize that it's not as good as it's been built up to be. And then like Darkest Hour, The Post, Phantom Thread, there's no chance. I will tell you right now, guarantee, Drew Basille guarantee, they're not going to win.
For sure.
But yeah, no, it's been a great year for movies. I think Shape of Water and Get Out are the forerunners with Lady Bird's upset potential, and I'm excited to see what happens.
For sure, yeah. I'm excited to see how it all plays out. And the Oscars are when?
They're in early March. I think March 12th. Well,
March 12th, yeah. Definitely tune in for those. All right. That about wraps it up for the first edition
Cubs
of Ron
2.0.
Cubs.
Thank you so much.